I'm thrilled to announce a premium door library you can access and not have any more slow and heavy models. Majority of the time, Revit users have the biggest issue with having heavy models and inconsistent modeling. When we ask users what is taking most time, they're saying generally they are working with Revit families or trying to find one or improve one, and that takes out of time. And that's true because according to research, 10 to 30% of the time, architects, Revit users, engineers spend the time dealing with Revit families. And if you have excellent library, you wouldn't waste this time, and you will be using this time to do productive stuff, and you'll be able to deliver your projects faster and don't deal with heavy models. Let's jump into the library and let's see how we improve them and what it makes it premium. Here is a central library that we created for you. Obviously, this is a work in progress for me for this video, but this will be nailed and it will be like very much polished. It will look in a similar way. You can see all your doors laid out around. And why we call this central library is that you can choose any of the door you want. For example, I want this door to be right in my project. I can just select it. I can just copy the clipboard, go into my level 1, and I can paste directly on the clipboard, and I can just put it wherever I want. Obviously, it will be copying all the materials. It will be copying the share parameter, whatever it has in the model, it will be copying into the project. And I can just go ahead and place it. So this is very efficient and very fast way of working. And as you can see, it didn't even slow down anything in my model because they are very lightweight. You need to have a consistent library. So this is a consistent library from the naming convention to materials, from the shared parameters, everything. So you can build excellent schedules. And I will be showing you a schedule in a second, but you can also see how they're all laid out around. So this library will be available for you, and you can have access to and customize anything you want. For example, if I want to come to one of the families, I can select and I can choose where the door is inserted, what offset. I can choose if I want to keep them open or if I want to keep it closed. I can also choose if I want to add a clearance in front or in the back. And when I show this clearance, I can also manually adjust those clearances, and I can even come into the floor plan and I can adjust manually or directly with dimensions, with giving the actual value here and put them at a certain offset. And this is a great way of working because this is a fast way, and you can represent them in your floor plans and show those clearances as needed. And you can take further if you want to use one of our plugins where we use code compliance, and you can see if they are actually clashing with those code compliances within those offsets. And this will be an excellent way for you to make sure that your projects are being approved and you're delivering them as needed. And code compliance is a big thing. So you might miss in a larger project, or if you have a lot of hundreds of doors, you might miss some of the clearances. So this is a big deal if you have them already built in your projects. All our families are about 1 megabyte or less than 1 megabyte. Because when you have an average of 1 megabyte, if it doesn't go beyond 2 megabytes, means that it's an excellent family. Obviously, it depends on the functionality, because you can have a door family that's literally 1 megabyte. You can have the same door family that's 2 megabytes or even more. You need to use the best practice in order to create those library components, because when you add those megabytes and multiply by hundreds of instances in the project, it makes a huge number and it slows down your project. So you need to be really careful from which platforms you're picking those libraries from. So which platforms you use to pick the libraries and how you build your own library. It's a very important decision for Revit, and a lot of people underestimate it. So if you want to really take it to the next level and avoid any more issues with heavy models, slow models, or wasting time with finding families or improving families, access our Premium Door Library and start using it today.